Libra. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your February 2018 forecast for the month. I am using a brand new tarot deck for the eclipse season. It's the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley. I was inspired to purchase this, a recommendation of a client who wondered why I had never used it before. So I bought it and I'm actually really in love with it. I've been connecting with it and the imagery is beautiful. I'll be shuffling throughout the tarot portion or the astrological portion. And let's get to it because we're in eclipse season. So it's time to reinvent yourself. It's full moon, total eclipse, 11 degrees of Leo on the 31st of January. So right before February begins, there's a summation in the sector of your 11th house. Your clubs and connections, friendships, groups that you're affiliated with, they are being revamped. And who you are aligned with could be changing, Libra. Also, the internet is the 11th house, and there could be a retreat from that experience for you. The full moon bringing closure to the 11th house could see you not wanting to participate as much in your online shenanigans, which is great. It's good to take a break, so why not? But this could also see you not re-up some membership to some clubs that you're connected with, and you might take a new path this year or throughout this 6-month period of time that the eclipse's impact. And you might not have connections with everyone that you used to know. So you could just be keeping an arm's length from connection at this time and only allowing a certain amount of people into the club of Libra, the 11th house of clubs and friendships and your social life. Now on the 10th of February, Venus enters the sign of Pisces. So it is all about the health and wealth and your work habits and routine this month for Libra and Libra rising. Please watch your moon, your ascendant, and your sun sign for a full dose of the cosmos. Venus in the 6th house could see you attracted to a better sense of health and really tending to your work life, your scheduling, and your regimen in life effortlessly. Venus is a smoothing over energy. There is an attraction to wanting to get the diet in order. Venus is attraction, and the 6th house governs what we are putting in our bodies and our mouths and how we are incorporating this schedule into our weeks, into our days. On the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate that, there is a new moon partial eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So the 5th house of true love and romance has a dash of inspiration here. There's a reset button in your 5th house of creativity and children and fun and play and leisure and pleasure, leisure and pleasure. So there's this sense of wanting to start fresh in this 5th house. So it could apply very differently, obviously, to the Libras out there. But predominantly, if you are unattached, this could eclipse in a new romantic interest. And if you are attached, you might either require a new romance in your life, or you might be taking the expression of love to the next level. There is an awakening when the eclipses happen. It's a opening energy. There's an energy between the sun and the moon that is rare. And to be in complete opposition to one another and to be closest to the earth and in direct alignment between the sun and the earth, the supermoon's potency is very powerful, triggering the month of February. So it can be so powerful that just when you think you have everything figured out, you don't. So if you're interested in new attraction, keep your eyes open. If you are in a relationship but want to take it to the next level, the mid-month seems to be the time for this. On the 17th, Mercury enters Pisces following Venus, conjunct Neptune, in the 6th house. really writing out the details with Mercury here, the planet of writing and expression and analysis in the 6th house. This is excellent for online support groups when it comes to diet, Weight Watchers, Beachbody, things that are online and of strong influence to body work and connecting with people. This could all be a powerful month that triggers or implements a guide for you for the full year on how to maintain the treatment of your body. The sun on the 18th enters Pisces into this 6th house. So all of these personal planets are here in Pisces, this watery energy, this very dreamy, nebulous energy ensconced between a fire eclipse and an air eclipse. There's not a lot of earth to ground us in this forecast. I feel like there's a lot of dreaminess and the need to go internal and to not share and to protect your privacy. But when the sun is shining in the 6th house, you do want to tend to your details when he's there with Mercury. And you should really be happy with how you are working or what you do for a living. Because if you're not, eclipse season could see you make some changes here as well. All of this watery Piscean energy is trining Jupiter in Scorpio, expanding this urge and for the clean slate and to get some things off your chest or to wipe some slates clean here. New diet and exercise and programs that will really benefit the body will be the place you turn, Libra. And what you tend to implement now will stick. So February is an important month to get that in order. Your checkups, dental, vision, the annual physical, all of that should be tended to in February because you have success there. And with Venus in the 6th, if you're scheduled for surgeries, this is a good month for them after the 15th of February. Then you have the healing aspect of Venus conjunct Neptune and the Sun in this sector through March 20th. So you could heal very easily if you have surgery scheduled. I just wouldn't want you to go through with a surgery unless absolutely necessary in between the 2 eclipses. So book these for after the 15th. Let's see what comes up in the tarot for you for the month. I'm very excited to use this tarot deck. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. I read all through the week. You can select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I will get back to you in an email to set that up. I also want to take a minute to pay homage to Aleister Crowley, and once every blue moon, I do like to share a little something, either about an artist or a creative thinker or a tarot reader or a psychic. I like to give them props. And Aleister Crowley, who invented or started the concept of this deck in 1938, didn't finish it until 1942. He was an inspiration, and he was a huge leader in the age of the Golden Dawn. And I'd like to read this quote from him that I got from the tarot deck that I thought really summarized my relationship with the tarot. So the quote is, "The tarot is a pictorial representation of the forces of nature, as conceived by the ancients according to a conventional symbolism. At first sight, one would suppose this arrangement to be arbitrary, but it is not. It is necessitated by the structure of the universe and in particular of the solar system, as symbolized by the Holy Kabbalah." And I love that he references the verbiage of a religion and also the symbolism of how connected astrology, our galaxy, the science of the existing planets, and solar system is to the tarot. It's a tool, and it's a very old tool that was around and derivative of things that were around way before books could be written. So let's see what your cards are, and thank you for listening to that, giving him some props right now. The first card for Libra and Libra rising and Libra moon is the Priestess, the High Priestess. The second card in the major arcana. He labels them slightly different than some of the more traditional decks, like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But the Priestess is the all-knowing clairvoyance, psychic vision, intuition, premonition, and the knowing of what's happening around you. And you don't have to admit to it, but you still know it. And the Priestess is very quiet. She doesn't share everything that's going on within her. It'd be impossible to. But she's reserved and open to receiving all information and data. Wow. Number 20 in the major arcana, the Aeon or the Eon, the Eon. This is Judgment, number 20. And I was wondering why he didn't call it that, but hey, to each his own. Judgment is upon the reading. And it has to do with larger forces, governing events, helping to assist, to guide. It also has to do with your belief system and the karma that surrounds you. How good have you been? And you have two very major arcanas here. You have the Roman numeral 2, the double pillars, and then the double X's. So there's some duality to Libra, the balance required of you. Something wants me to say you could go 50-50 either way all the time. That seems like such a Gemini trait. And trust me, I'm familiar with that. But with Libra right now, I'm getting it a lot that you could take it or leave it. You could literally reset your whole life and just go with the flow on those decisions you've made, or you can take it or leave it. You could go with it, or you could just literally walk away and never have anything to do with it again. So let's see what else is here. Lust, which is the Strength card, actually, because it's Roman numeral 11. And the lion on this card is strength. And that is the sign of Leo. But strength, ooh, and look at these major arcanas for Libra. High Priestess, the world, and strength. This is an elevating time for you. You have prominent cards suggesting change, getting stronger. Maybe you are physically getting stronger because the 6th house of health and routine is so strongly implemented this month. You are getting physically stronger and healthier. The 3 of Wands, he's calling it virtue. It's a card of replenishment and travel and inspiration. It's a fire card. New waves of reinforcement. And we have all of that in eclipse season. That's what eclipse season is for. If you're not in the right place, it switches you up a little bit. Your last card, 5 of Swords, defeat. Although 5 of Swords to me is a card of looking back with a little bit of regret and looking over your shoulder, feeling a little guilty. So this combination could be maybe you're getting stronger, but not everyone is, and not everyone can go along with you. You might be keeping some practices or experiences to yourself, and you feel guilty about that. You might be going away on a trip alone without a wife or a husband and feeling guilty that leaving the spouse behind. And that's okay too. I think that everything doesn't have to be, attached at the hip just because you're in a relationship. I said this in another video, but I am getting this theme. You weren't born as a couple. You don't have to treat yourself as such. There are things that occur in life where your individual energy is required. And for some of you, it might be taking that trip or getting stronger in implementing this role of positive health and well-being. Maybe some of you want to incorporate your fitness and diet all in that 6th house with someone else, but you're feeling guilty about a few things. Maybe you cheated on your diet too, is what I'm getting. You can't be perfect. In fact, actually, let me rephrase that. You are perfect just as you are. It always bothers me when people say, nobody's perfect. Everyone's perfect just as they are. And you're born perfect. You're born unformed, unmade. And you have such high-ranking major arcanas like the Judgment card. I feel like you're assessing things entirely, and you want the full judgment. You want everything analyzed and everything seen and accounted for. I hope this was helpful for you, Libra. I'm wishing you a beautiful month of February. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.